For me, this is a very honorable moment. I would like to just ponder upon a few points over here, which is very important. It's very important in today's time. I appreciate what the OICC Congress is doing, because in today's times the false propaganda that the RSS and the BJP is spreading, including specifically our Prime Minister, about the hours of work that he puts in, what all he has been doing, I think there is more money spent on advertisement and propaganda than the work which is actually done on the ground. All our opposition leaders have been jailed and they are, being arrested without really the name being there in the FIR also. Whether we see Chidambaram ji, what is happening with him, it's a very crucial time. You see leaders like Mamata Banerjee, Sharad Pawar from the NCP, because Maharashtra elections are due, and many other leaders from different, like VK also. Now, because all the leaders who are raising their voice in opposition, Chidambaram ji was raising his voice about what is happening in the Indian economy, about how the automobile sector and how the tourism sector and how all other sectors were being affected. Coming back to Rajiv ji, Nehru ji, Indira ji, Sonia ji, I am very honored that I have got a call from Sonia ji's office for this award. But more so, I would like this opportunity to be taken to speak about Rajiv ji and his great qualities and what he has done for our country, and how he's wanted each and every individual of our country to be empowered even out of India. And we can see that each one of you is a flower of our country and how they are flowering and blossoming. And I'm sure that how he worked towards also empowering women. Whether it was Sonia ji who has taken that ahead, Congress party has given many prime ministers. I mean, of course, the first woman prime minister was Indira ji. First woman in the parliament also. And all I would like to say that, Congress party has been standing up for the truth, has been standing up has stood up in the freedom struggle, has given lives and sacrificed their lives over a period of time for this country. But we don't see anything like that in the BJP. I am the All India General Secretary for the Women's Wing, but I am also in charge of Kashmir. I am also in charge of Pondicherry, but let's talk about Kashmir today and what the Prime Minister has done with Kashmir. Similarly, we have seen that 5 million people, more than 5 million people have been locked down since more than 63 days today. And what is happening? We are talking in the world that Kashmir is in normalcy, in the situation of normalcy, but is it really? It is not. The same party which was in alliance with Mehbooba Mufti today is talking against her. So these are the same parties who are forcibly coming and forming governments, whether it is in Manipur, Goa, and so many Sikkim, other places like that in the northeast. They didn't have their presence. Of course, in South India they don't have a presence, the BJP. But you see Modi ji, how he was wearing a lungi yesterday and meeting the Chinese Prime Minister. And these are all theatrics. I want to know, let us ask questions, real questions. The Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign, which the BJP has flaunted so much about. What is there? They have a majority in UP. What have they done? Look at their own MLA, Kuldeep Singh Senghar. How he has openly raped a girl, finished her family, and yet the girl had to go to the Supreme Court. And what not had to be done, but till today she has not gotten justice. Look at Swami Chinmayananda. He is in the hospital, but the girl who claimed and who complained against him today is in jail. And he is in the hospital because Yogi is favoring him. Look at what Modi's government is doing. They are slowly finishing democracy. They are simply indulging in lynching, mob lynchings, especially attacking the Muslim community. Ramesh is here today. I cannot speak much, but there is so much to speak, and I am overtly very enthusiastic to speak about those things because they are very, very grave concerns that we need to be really concerned about today. And he is fighting on the ground. We all see that Congress is standing everywhere against this. Rahul ji is fighting false cases against him. Look at what has happened with the Rafale. The Rafale entire evidences were manipulated with. The evidences which were produced in the Supreme Court were very frivolous by the Solicitor General. And later the Supreme Court had agreed to review. Why? Because the government would have fallen into later problems. Look at the PSUs today. All the PSUs, many of the PSUs have merged. Look at the RBI funds that have been taken away, the public funds that have been taken away. Why? These all organizations were strengthened by the Nehru-Gandhi family. They have done a lot for this freedom struggle, especially Rajiv ji. He was a visionary. He always wanted the youth to come forward. He changed a lot of youth in the government. And I speak about this because, of course, Ramesh ji will be speaking about, and he has spoken about other relevant things as to pertaining today. But because I get this award, I would like to speak that this falsehood that they are trying to spread against the Nehru-Gandhi family and the so-called Hinduism that they talk about. Hinduism has always taught Vasudeva Kutumbakam. This whole world is a family and this whole world has to be good. Nobody should go hungry. So once again, while I say that I am very happy to meet all of you today, but I also say that you are very responsible and are holding a very responsible pen in your hand, which a few days back was Gandhi Jayanti. I went to visit the ashram, and there I was told that only 100 people were Gandhiji's followers. And those 100 people had run such a big movement. So I end this year by saying that maybe a handful of people stand against falsehood and falsism of the BJP and the RSS. But I thank the efforts of the Overseas Congress and also of Congress back home and all our tough leaders who are fighting the war on the war path. I am also very happy this year that I get this award when Rahul Gandhi ji has been elected as the representative from Kerala. So it's a huge, huge honor at this time, and I pray that a person like Ramesh ji soon comes and becomes the CM, and we will see many more good times to come. And I thank Varghese ji and Madam Sonia ji's office for having invited me here and giving this opportunity to meet all of you today. And I hope we have many more times to speak much more. There is so much more that I had to cut short and speak because there's not much that I can really speak in front of our great leader. Thank you so much.